बिछाना 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 भाई, आगे मत आओ। विकी बिछा, विकी बिछो।
Thank you.
Thank you. Very nice. Thanks for the beautiful stuff. Very nice. Namaste. Which class?
बरकतों का पैगाम मिले कहने से, ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह। बरकतों का सलाम मिले बस कहने से, बिस्मिल्लाह।
बिस्मिल्लाह
Just like the first light of dawn carries a sense of optimism, this pivotal moment embodies the dawn of novel beginnings with new possibilities for the future. Agars, this soulful performance by the school choir truly reverberates in the auditorium, creating a powerful musical experience.
Greetings to one and all present here, gathered on this beautiful bright morning. Today, I, Pragnay,
And I, Mihika,
the Lotus Samaritans, are proud to extend our cordial welcome to all on this momentous occasion. UDAYAN, empowering plates, enriching lives, embracing the Millet and the Eat Right movement.
we are pleased to have amidst us our distinguished chief guest, Mr. Pawan Agarwal, IAS, CEO, Food Future Foundation, and former CEO, FSSAI. Our eminent guests of honor, Chef Vikas Chawla, CEO and founder, Core Hospitality Solutions, Ms. Shaurvi Malik and Ms. Meghna Narayan, co-founders Slurp Farm, Ms. Palak Arora, youngest entrepreneur and founder, Sadhguru Superfoods. Our notable special guests, Ms. Tuti Garg and Ms. Business Development Strategy, Dhampur, and Mr. Shrey Gupta, Business Development Operations, Real Estate and Foods, Dhampur. Kalsang Choyaki Namgyal and Mr. Digambar Sharma from UNICEF India. Last but not the least, our torchbearers of good health and nutrition, Ms. Aditi Mehrotra and Mr. Avnish Mehrotra from Arnie's Fit Kid. Thank you, dear all, for gracing the occasion with your benign and exuberant presence.
We would like to warmly welcome the principals and other dignitaries from prestigious schools of Delhi NCR who have graciously spared their valuable time for us, thus highlighting their significant participation in this movement.
As the school health and wellness ambassadors, we deeply acknowledge the unceasing encouragement and support we always receive from our Director Principal, Anita Malhotra ma'am, whose warm embrace during moments of doubt and struggle truly lifts up our spirits and helps us to forge ahead with confidence. We also extend our courteous greetings to our vice principals, academic supervisors, dear parents, teachers, and most fervently, our dedicated learners.
Lotusians, from the commencement of the session, have been engaged in an array of activities, propagating the importance of good health and nutrition. From little toddlers to extending our outreach to teenagers and young adults, our mission has been to propagate this knowledge to all levels and age groups, thus fostering a collaborative environment and becoming the pioneers of Shuddh Khao, Sehat Banao as part of the Eat Right movement.
Today's event stands as an evidence to the collective passion and commitment of our school community towards promoting wellness and holistic growth. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for a captivating video compilation testifying our win, the Wellness Integrated Network.
Wow. Mehika, wasn't this video truly mesmerizing? It was not only a reminder of the work we have accomplished so far, but also serves as a motivation for the journey ahead.
Lotus Valley International School, with its unwavering commitment to excellence, continues to soar new heights and conquer remarkable milestones by the day. At the heart of this incredible journey, we have our beloved Director Principal Anita Malhotra ma'am, whose exceptional leadership has been our guiding force for success.
Ma'am's ceaseless motivation has propelled us to surpass and reach new pinnacles of excellence. With great honor and warmth, we cordially invite our mentor, the person we admire and look up to, our very own dearest Anita ma'am. Ma'am, may we please request you to address the gathering.
Namaskar to everyone. Thank you, Samaritans. And once again, good morning to everybody. Our honorable chief guest, our dignitaries, the vice principals, parents, grandparents, teachers, and my dear children. It's my proud privilege to welcome our chief guest of this morning, none other than Mr. Pawan Agarwal, an IAS, former CEO, FSSAI, CEO and founder, Food Future Foundation, a distinguished leader with an extensive 36-year career in the Indian Administrative Service. Mr. Pawan Agarwal retired as Secretary Consumer Affairs to the Government of India and has diverse experience in various sectors, including food, consumer goods, education, skill development, online education, logistics, trade, and commerce. A strong advocate for using technology and collaboration to drive impactful changes, who excels in leading policy and regulatory reforms and has successfully managed large multi-location government organizations. He is purpose-driven and result-oriented leader who believes in systems thinking. Knowing Pawanji for so long, I think it took him yet again 5 years to reach Lotus Valley. A warm welcome to you, Pawanji. And yes, I have not forgotten when you gifted Lotus Valley with a food safety magic box created by FSSI. Obviously, the brain behind it was none other than Pawanji, and that was in the year 2019. And it has really done wonders. It's a wonderful magic box that has been created for the basic analysis of food samples, and thus inculcating among the children a sense of curiosity, a sense of learning, a sense of empowerment, differentiating between safe and unsafe food. And it was implemented here, as I said, in the year 2019, in the Fit Kid program that has been running so smoothly and so effectively and so efficiently by our dearest Aditi Mehrotra. We have with us our guest of honor, Chef Vikas Chawla, who has driven himself down all the way from Chandigarh, a brand ambassador of Indian Institute of Millets Research. Chef Vikas has introduced the first millet restaurant of North India called Jumru. That is also in Chandigarh, am I right? The restaurant is his way of reintroducing his traditional grain to modern tables. After serving for about 15 years in the industry, he started his own company by the name Core Hospitality Solutions, 2011, and partnered with various restaurants, creating out-of-the-box menus along with modern state-of-the-art kitchens. A happy welcome to Chef. A pleasure in welcoming the two beautiful ladies, Shaurvi Malik and Meghna Narayan, the co-founders Wholesome Food, Slurp Farm, and Millet. Meghna, an MBA graduate from Harvard Business School and a Rhodes Scholar at Oxford University, teamed up with Shaurvi Malik, who has a background in economics and finance from Cambridge University and St. Stephen's College. Meghna led the public health practice at McKinsey, India, while Shaurvi worked with Sir Richard Branson's Virgin Group and JP Morgan in London. Together, they founded Slurp Farm, a leading Indian food brand focused on providing healthy and nutritious options for children and families. Driven by the goal of offering wholesome and tasty food products that parents can trust and kids can enjoy, Meghna and Shaurvi are making a positive impact on the way young kids eat in India. Their mission is to take millets to the world, making a significant contribution to healthy eating habits globally. A very warm welcome to the tiniest girl, who is the founder of Sadhguru Superfoods, who is here along with her father. Palak is the youngest entrepreneur in the millet industry and an enthusiastic food technologist, spreading awareness about millets and ways to consume the wonder grain. A very warm welcome to Mr. Prabhat Jain. Is he there? Okay, we shall wait for him. Colonel Pratap Singh, the President, HPSC Gurugram. Thank you, Ji, for coming. Your coming here has reinforced our faith. Thank you. A good friend, Aditi Mishra, Director Principal, DPS 45. It's always a pleasure to have you, Aditi, amidst us. She's also the CBSE coordinator of Gurgaon schools, and as I said, a very good friend. We have with us Dipinder. Dipinder, thank you so much for making it, and it's such a great pleasure to have you. She's the principal, Lions Public School. We will also be shortly having our principals from the hubs of learning, and that's Mr. Mahesh Kumar, Mr. Dharmender, Mr. Lokesh, and shortly they'll be joining us. We have with us representatives of the UNICEF, Mr. Digambar Sharma and Kelsang, Ms. Tuti and Mr. Shrey Gupta from Dhampur. Are you there? Yet to join us. They're entering. A warm welcome to Stuti and Shrey. Thank you for coming. A very warm welcome to our very own Aditi Mehrotra, a renowned nutritionist and a dietitian who is magnanimous enough to give her expertise to Lotus Valley children. Aditi is a two-time gold medalist and a public health nutritionist with postgraduate degree in foods and nutrition, and has a rich experience of over 27 years in working with private sector and NGOs in various settings. Aditi has been conducting her Arne's Fit Kid School initiative, school nutrition-based learning at our school. The program aims to instill in children a lifelong habit of healthy eating and staying active through nutrition-based indoor and outdoor games and activity modules. It's a very popular program at Lotus Valley, highly appreciated by all parents, and children enjoy. You saw the happiness on the faces of these children. This is internal and eternal happiness. That's what Pawanji was saying. Children are all looking so happy. But that's what good quality food does to you, brings happiness on your faces and glow on your faces. In addition, Aditi also co-authored Eat Right Yellow Books. I remember when she is still attached to Mr. Pawan, and played a key role in creating Eat Right India's health mascots, Master Sehat and Miss Sehat, and the team. For her exceptional performance, Aditi was recognized by and awarded by an FSSAI, and she continues to be a panel expert at FSSAI and is the advisor with the Food Future Foundation. Aditi's dedication and contributions in the field of nutrition healthy eating and promoting active lifestyles have been recognized and appreciated both within the education sector and by the Government of India. A warm welcome to the best half of Aditi, and that is none other than Avnish, the man behind Aditi's success, or Aditi being a woman behind Avnish's success. A creative director and founder, Adavi Enterprises, Avnish holds an MBA degree in international marketing from Griffith University, Brisbane, Australia. With over 30 years of extensive experience in various aspects of business management, a creative designer by passion and not by profession. He founded Avida Studios in 2010, specializing in animation production and brand building. Avnish's creative talents span across multiple domains, including apparel design, graphic designs, illustrations, and content design. Driven by his vision to see every child grow into a fit and healthy adult, and as a co-founder, Arne's Fit Kid, Avnish has curated a unique resource pool of nutrition content for the school nutrition program. Additionally, Avnish launched a skill development unit for digital design and printing at an NGO, catering to multiply challenged children. This initiative trains and employs them in sublimation printing, empowering this disadvantaged group with sustainability and economic independence. Children, the plaques that you get are designed by Mr. Avnish Mehrotra. And he has a setup at the Tamanna Special School. You know, when you receive a plaque, and behind the plaque, there is a sticker which says Tamanna. So again, developed by the specially abled children. It's indeed such a pleasure to have each one of you today, all under one roof. As we celebrate the International Year of Millets, we continue to highlight the importance of millets for health, sustainability, and cultural heritage, inspiring positive change in the way our young ones perceive and consume food. The success of our holistic health and wellness program depends more so on the powerful alliance between school, parents, and Arne's kid, grandparents, our stakeholders, that empowers to work collectively, sharing knowledge, insights, and resources. We are proud to be the first educational institution selected for the first groundbreaking study called the High Five Checker. The High Five Checker aims to assess the dermal antioxidant levels among students that shall provide valuable insights into their micronutrient status, to check any deficiencies, considering the fact that students' health and wellness is most essential for their well-being, and academic success contributes to building healthier and happier individuals and communities at large. School has been able to achieve what it has achieved with the support of Mr. Pavan Agarwal and our health and wellness partners, Arne's Fit Kid, with Food Future Foundation, and Food Safety and Standards Authority of India. Let us all take a pledge to take up the responsibility to make our world a better place for coming generations. Let today be the beginning of a new era. I can't thank enough our parents, our grandparents, our children, our teachers, our vice principals, the rock stars of Lotus Valley, as I said, and a special thanks to Ms. Ritu Java for having so patiently, passionately, and lovingly worked towards the success of today's event. It's all teamwork, it's all about collaboration, and I always say, it's the teamwork that makes the dream work. Thank you so much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, ma'am, for always motivating us and leaving us ignited with your thought-provoking words that unfailingly inspire us to strive for greatness.
The inception of the Eat Right movement was born out of a visionary idea of our chief guest, Mr. Pawan Agarwal, to ensure every individual in India has access to healthy and reasonable food. Our school has been associated with this mission since 2019, and our director principal, Anita Ma'am, was a significant part of this launch of Food Safety Magic Box. As the nation embarked on this transformative journey, the tagline, Sahi Bhojan, Behtar Jeevan, emerged succinctly, encapsulating the essence of the movement, embracing the right diet for a sustainable life.
It seeks to empower individuals with the knowledge and resources to make informed dietary choices and ultimately fostering healthier lifestyles and improved well-being.
Without further ado, please join me in welcoming the person who advocates good health and well-being for all classes and masses, our distinguished chief guest, Mr. Pawan Agarwal, IAS CEO, Food Future Foundation, for a keynote address. Let's welcome sir with a resounding round of applause. May I request Principal Ma'am to kindly join sir on stage to felicitate him with a token of gratitude.
Okay. अच्छा. Oh. So Aditi, are we showing that film? The film. फिल्म बनाया था अच्छा चलो छोड़ okay so good morning everyone I really don't know where to start okay I'm really overwhelmed seeing the Eat Right School logo and this program even in the wildest of my dreams, I did not think that something that we started several years ago when I was at FSSAI as, that we should be doing something about eating right in schools. This logo will be given this kind of a place by one of the most prestigious schools in the country, the Lotus Valley International School. This school has been a pioneer in, giving life to initiatives that were taken, when we were at FSSAI and even now at the Food Future Foundation. So let me begin by heartily congratulating the school, particularly its visionary principal and director, Madam Anita Malhotra. And to the team in the school and students and parents of the school for taking up these initiatives. And I think bringing life to a dream that I had. As she mentioned that, I was due to visit this school several years ago, which I could not make it. Today, I come here to visit this school with a dream. And my dream is that something that you have been so remarkably able to do for the children in the school and for the parents and the families who are associated with the school, can we make it happen for the entire country? So that is my dream. And I have come to you with that dream. As we speak, last 3 days, there has been a global summit in Rome, which is the UN Food System Summit +2, wherein people from around the world, they have gathered together to address one of the most pressing challenges that the world is facing today. And that challenge is around climate change. Frankly, I did not know the connection between climate change and food until very recently. And what you heard of the ongoing initiatives around good food, eating right, is so important. And I think in the conversation that we had, this morning itself with some of our guests, they clearly mentioned that how, the childhood obesity is increasing. We are becoming a diabetes capital of the world, which are not good things to really be proud of. But these are things that are facing us that are facing us. And we recognize these challenges, maybe amongst the people who are present here today. But the challenge of climate change and the challenge of how biodiversity loss is happening, how soil health is deteriorating, the crisis of water that we are faced with. We feel that these are all something that we only read in newspapers. It will not affect us. But we are faced with all of them. And we are so close to it that one cannot even imagine. I'm also told that this school and other schools in the Delhi NCR, particularly the more prestigious schools, they have been, taking up initiatives around sustainable development goals, in a very effective manner. In 2019, and I'm sure that many of you are aware that these sustainable development goals, the 17 goals, came out of a global convention held in 2015 to decide on the future of the world. And there are 17 goals, and I think this slide will show you those 17 goals on sustainable development, and this many of you may be familiar with. But what you may not be familiar with is that in 2019, when a review in terms of achieving these goals was held by the United Nations, they figured out that achieving each of these goals individually is not easy. And you have to find entry points for achieving these goals. Food systems nutrition was identified as one key entry point for achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. And when we are talking about food systems and nutrition as an entry point for achieving these goals, it brings us to the issue of, how all these issues are connected to the food that we eat today. These are individual decisions, personal choices. No government comes into the picture. No policy is there. It is our individual choices that basically will decide on the future of the mankind, achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. And food nutrition is a very important entry point for that change. Food system is something of a new concept. In my previous avatar in Food Safety Authority, I was primarily focused on food safety, which is definitely very important aspect, that food you eat should be safe. If the food is not safe, it's not food. It's even more important than nutritious food, because at a very basic level, the food we eat should be safe. Now, under the Food Future Foundation, we are talking about a food system change, a people-centric food system change. How do we bring about a change in the food systems? And when we talk about food systems, it's not about the food we eat, but it is also about the food that is grown by farmers. What kind of food they grow, how that food reaches us, how that food production impacts our planet, soil health, fresh water use, biodiversity, pollution, and many more. Something that we do not even understand fully. And it is in this context that we started looking at that how schools can be used or schools can be leveraged to bring about that change within the communities around yourselves at a national level or even at a global level. So past 1 year, I was, and our team has been working, and fortunately, Aditi Malhotra, who is, helping the school in ensuring that our kids stay fit, is also an advisor with the Food Future Foundation, and she has been a core member of this team, working together to develop a curriculum, which is Food, Health, and Wellness Education Curriculum. This curriculum is aligned to the recommendations given in the National Education Policy 2020. It is also aligned with the Health and Wellness Curriculum that was notified by the Government of India in 2019-20. It brings to reality the new understanding about food and nutrition, but also connects food and nutrition with sustainability and health of our planet. This is, in some ways, the first ever curriculum which deals with these issues in a very comprehensive manner. In the next few months, we'll be rolling out this curriculum across the country, first on a voluntary basis, and like everything else before, my hope is that this school, under leadership of Madam Anita Malhotra, will basically be a pioneering school to take up this initiative and to show us how it actually works on the ground. And I seek support of all of you to make this school as a pioneering school, not only in India but globally, to something that is being discussed in the conference halls in Rome today about bringing about food system change. So this curriculum is about involving our children in this entire issue of food system change. In addition to the curriculum, we are also talking about a concept of food lab. This concept, I often wonder that if there can be a chemistry lab or a physics lab, in some cases even maths lab, why there is no food lab in schools, or why there is no food health and wellness labs in schools. And, on a preliminary basis, we will all understand that it is so important, but it didn't occur to us. I think we have now a blueprint for a food lab, something that I promised your esteemed principal several years ago. Now we are ready with the blueprint to give life to that food lab concept. And maybe, ma'am, with the help of all your young and very talented students, and they are very enthusiastic parents and grandparents, we can give life to this food lab, the first ever food lab in a school environment. So I think with the round of applause that you gave me for this announcement, she had asked me to announce it during this event. We can really make it happen sooner than I thought. So bringing about change is not only about curriculum and maybe lab, which has to be done on a continuous basis, but also pick up a few ideas that need to be implemented at scale in a campaign mode. And therefore, over the last few months, we have been working on two campaigns. In one campaign, which was around my school climate club, conceived in partnership with Prachi Shegaonkar, who is a climate change celebrity in India. She is a speaker in COP27, the topmost global event on climate change. So Lotus Valley showed up and committed to make this entire concept a reality in this school. We will come out with further details on this. Finally, this concept of 8510 is a concept, something that the foundation has been working again for the last 6 months. This is led by a youngster from a school in Hyderabad, Aman Ali. This boy, I would say that I listened to him on YouTube in some program, and I saw that this boy is telling me something about food systems and food that I had never heard before. And he is leading this program. This program, in some sense, is also inspired by what Michelle Obama did to reduce obesity in America several years ago, and we call it 8510 campaign. 8510 campaign is a campaign around good sleeping and relaxation techniques, something that somehow our youngsters fail to understand. And I'm sure that parents and grandparents who are here with us today, I'm a parent myself, we all agree that what has gone wrong with the sleeping patterns of our children. And I'm sure that this is not going to be easy to get them back to a normal, sleeping pattern. I think these days, children, so I'm not seeing our parents clapping on it. I'm sure that as parent, I would feel that this is something we need to do something about, because our children are awake till 2, 3 o'clock in the night. It's entire, the day and night pattern that has been created by God has gone for a 6. And there is a reason to stick to that. And there are good researches about how sleep is important, how sleep is so important for good health. I think we need to bring focus on that once again. 5 is about diversity in our diets, at least 5 types of cereals, 5 types of, including the millets, 5 types of fruits and vegetables. 1 is about physical exercise, at least, if not more, 1 hour of physical exercise. Not more than 1 hour of screening time for entertainment. Reduce food waste to 0, and also reduce your carbonated drinks and junk food to near 0. Once in a while, it's okay to have it. So this campaign, again, each of these 4 ideas has 4 sub-ideas. And this campaign is also in the making, and we are going to launch it soon. And perhaps once again, Lotus Valley will be one of the pioneering schools to take it up. Finally, as your principal mentioned, we imported a device to measure antioxidant levels in children or in anyone. And it is a non-invasive device that is being demonstrated today on the ground floor. When you walk out, don't mob them, because but the device is there. If you put your hand there in 1 minute, they will say that on a scale of maybe 2 to 5, 6, that whether you are eating enough of fruits and vegetables, whether your lifestyle is healthy or not. And this created a lot of excitement in the school, and Lotus Valley School became the first school to actually do it at scale. We were doing it in our offices, and the results that we have, I think we will share with. So this study has been, put together on the basis of the study that we have done. But obviously, to get a better sense of this, we will be conducting a longitudinal study. Means we will repeat this measurement of the same children over months and years together, that how they progress as they move forward. And I'm sure, Shorvi and Meghna, we can include millets as a part of this control group exercise, that how their antioxidant levels improve as they begin to consume and shift from traditional cereals to millet cereals, So I think this is something that we are at it, and I must thank the school to give opportunity for conducting this experiment on health or good health. And in order to create a national movement around consumption of fruits and vegetables, around consumption of more fibrous food, having more fibrous food in your diets. So, in all, I can see that several initiatives that the foundation is currently thinking about. We look at this school, your school, to show us the path of how it actually works on the ground. And that is very, very important. While we can make policies, we can have documents, but the real thing is that how the people who are affected by it, they embrace it. So thank you very much for giving this opportunity. There are more details on it. Can you quickly? We are also in the subsequent months, we'll be, the World Food India 2023 is going to be held in Pragati Maidan in the same venue where the Honorable Prime Minister inaugurated yesterday, the Convention Center. So, we would be very happy if the schools together, schools in this particular area could together design the pavilion for us. And this will be unique. That will be an international exposure to the work that our children can do, and then they can visualize a better future for themselves. This is, some of the pictures that were shown, and these are the trends on interpretation of antioxidants. How do we do this is our 8510 campaign, 8 hours of sleep with 4 sub-themes against each of these ideas. What can be done by schools? So we are currently partnering with various national, international organizations, including for antioxidant measurement. A country delight, Bhanu is here, so they are doing it. And we are also partnering with UNICEF in rollout of these initiatives. This is what we expect to do over the years in our 8510 campaign. These are the activities that we have planned for the My School Climate Club. And this is about the curriculum that I mentioned to you about. So, so I would say that while the school has done, fantastic job in ensuring that the children in the school are fit, and must congratulate Aditi Malhotra and the leadership of the school for, being pioneering it. But as you can see that the challenges that we all face are beyond our own selves. They are global challenges. They are challenges that individual action can define the destiny of the world. And here you are, in a position to actually make it happen. And this, to me, is a huge opportunity for the school to embrace it wholeheartedly. This also provides another opportunity for the children in the schools. And we realize that the bright and talented students of such schools across the country, many of you aspire for education in the best of universities in India and abroad. And if you know about the admission processes of these schools, these colleges, you would realize that apart from academics, they look at community work, project work that you do as a very important element of that. So I would earnestly request the school administration to encourage their schools to participate in these activities, not only for themselves, but also for the schools in the neighborhoods, the less privileged schools, the government schools in the neighborhoods, and involve the larger community so that, these projects that they do for community engagement can become the real test grounds for them to get engaged with society at large, and will give them a unique experience and certificates that will help them in getting admitted in the best universities abroad. As you can see that with the example of some of the brightest young people who are here amongst us, you heard about how Saurvi and Meghna and Shrey and, so they studied in the topmost schools in the world, and they are now here, doing brass tacks things about food. They come back to food, So food and food systems is going to be the new wave of both jobs, opportunities for personal growth, professional growth, and also to address some of the most pressing challenges that the world faces here today. So with this, let me end here. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Take the remote. Thank you, sir, for enlightening us with your insightful and exhortative words. Your guidance has helped us understand the need for incorporating nutrition-based foods into our diet and the significance of enhancing the antioxidant levels in our bodies, be it for children, parents, and teachers alike. We are eager, sir, to continue joining you in your missions hereafter.
Moving on to our next segment, we are proud to invite on stage Paridhi Garg, followed by Vansh Srivastav from 11th Aristotle for an exquisite research presentation on millets, milletology, the revival of ancient grains.
Thank you, Pragna and Mihika. Climate change. We all know what it is and what effect it has had on agriculture. We also know that in this era of climate change, millet has become a very important crop. Now, like everyone present here, I had the same question. Why? I would like to thank my school for giving me the opportunity to research on the same and find all the answers to my questions. And today I, Paridhi Garg, would like to use this unique opportunity of standing here and sharing all my findings with you. So let's begin. Let us have a quick recap of what we already know about millets from our geography books. They are small seeded cereals belonging to the family of Panicae, grown across the globe as human food and fodder food. But it is not an aajkal ka crop. Did you know that history of millets goes back to as early as 3500 to 2000 BC in the Korean Peninsula? But then why did they vanish away? And why are they returning as new age cereal crops? The answer is in front of your eyes. If you look at the graph, the red line and the white line indicate the growing production of rice and wheat, while the flat blue line indicates the stagnant production of millets. But why is that? The answer is profit. Farmers want profit. Farmers want cash. Millets did not get them the profit they desired for. Rice and wheat did. But did you anywhere see climate change being one of the reasons for the decline in production of millets? No, because millet is not a survivor crop of climate change. It is the insurance for climate change. It is the fighter for climate change. Being climate resilient, it can grow in drought-prone areas. Being a rain-fed crop, it doesn't require irrigation from the farmer's side. Being less vulnerable to pests and insects, it requires less fertilizers. And most importantly, being a member of C4 group of cereals, it converts carbon dioxide into more oxygen, which helps in the mitigation of climate change. Now, as already said by Mr. Pavan Agrawal, achievement of SDGs also depends on the kind of food we intake. And how has millet played an important role there? Consumption of millets, production of millets leads to the achievement of the first SDG goal, no poverty, which leads to zero hunger, which leads to good health and well-being, then climate action, and then the most prominent SDG, responsible consumption and production. But the list doesn't end here. This becomes a chain. Achievement of one SDG leads to the achievement of another SDG. Thus, this small seed really is the solution to all our global problems. Looks like India has realized the importance of millets. It is the largest producer of millets and the second largest exporter of millets thanks to schemes like National Millets Mission. Rajasthan being the leading producer of millets. But there is one problem. Our consumption is restricted by seasons. If you visit Rajasthan in the winter season, the consumption is very high. But as soon the winter season is over, that is the eating season is over, the consumption drastically falls down. Now, we all know that millet really is a super solution, both in the field of environment and nutrition. But then, where are the consumers? My audience, until and unless there is a demand at the consumption level, the production level won't go high. Now, there are many reasons why the consumption level is so low. Lack of public awareness, lack of public support, lack of accessibility. But the two main reasons which I believe, first, poor shelf life. The seed undergoes a lipase reaction which leads to rapid development of rancidity and bitterness, so we can't store them for long. And second of all, as compared to rice and wheat, they are a little hard to cook, a little hard to grow. And for us consumers, our comfort is here and health is here. I would like to wind up my presentation by saying that it's high time we start taking actions. Let us not find ourselves sitting in a hall similar to like this, listening to someone trying to convey the same message, trying to promote the same little seed. Thank you everyone for being a patient audience. I would now like to invite my fellow mate, Vansh Srivastava, on the stage to carry on the presentation.
All right, first of all, let's all give a big round of applause to Paridhikar. What a great presentation. I would also like to thank the school for giving me this opportunity to be up here on this stage and talk to all of you about millets. Now, before I start with my presentation, good morning. My name is Vansh Srivastava. And I'll tell you about a brief experience I had. So a few days ago, I went to Haldiram's. I mean, I go to Haldiram's a lot, but this time something caught my eye. So I was actually taken aback. A ragi kulcha, that's right. And the only question I could ask myself was why? Why the buzz around millets? Why are we here? And can millets truly be the answer to a sustainable future? Now let's take a brief look at the agriculture of India and the history of millets. As Parithi very rightly mentioned, the Green Revolution led to a decline of millets. Did you know millets constituted about 40% of the total grains produced in India before the Green Revolution? But after that, it suddenly declined because farmers started to produce more wheat, more rice. Now what's the problem in that? As you can see, the concern here is that it leads to a lot of environment degradation, reduction of groundwater levels, and obviously we all know how harmful pesticides and insecticides are. What is the current situation of millets now? Over the last 4 or 5 years, millets situation in India has substantially increased. A lot of organizations have come up in support of millets. Now, why? Why do we need millets? I'll answer this question from 2 perspectives. One, of a modern day consumer like you and me, Rohan, and one of a beloved Indian farmer, Mr. Raju Bhaiya. Now let's look at Rohan's perspective first. Why do we need millets? 3 reasons. First, you've got nutrition. We all want nutrition. Millets have proteins, they have minerals, and antioxidants. And then we've got health. Now, if you look at the health factor, we're all health conscious in some way or the other. But unfortunately, India is known as the diabetes capital of the world. Millets can help in reducing this. How? It can control the blood sugar level. It can also reduce the amount of bad cholesterol, plus it gives us a healthy skin and organ function. Now let's look at the social perspective of this. The social perspective is that about 14% of Indian population is undernourished, and millets can surely help in bridging this gap. Now let's look at Raju Bhaiya's concern. As into, why should he grow millets? The answer is simple. This, the millet map of India. Now let's observe this map for a moment. Please be with me. Millets can be grown in Ladakh, it can be grown in Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, Meghalaya, and Madhya Pradesh. What does this prove? This proves that millets can be grown in a variety of soils, and it does not require a lot of water. Plus, millets are short duration crops. Some millets can be grown in 60 to 90 days. What does this mean? This means that there are economical and environmental benefits for farmers like Raju Bhaiya here to grow these millets. Now, millets and sustainability. Before I get into the sustainability part of it, let me all talk to you about this exhibition. So the United Nations had an exhibition about millets, and they called millets as a smart food. And that's exactly what my first point is. Millets are smart superfoods. My second point is that, as discussed in the previous slide, millets are ideal for small farmers in developing nations. Plus, they do not require a lot of standing water. We all know how important water is in growing of crops. Now, what is the role of government? So let's meet Raju Bhaiya again, because this time he passed around a comment. He said, Bhaiya, अगर इन millets के इतने ही फायदे हैं, तो हमारी सरकार कुछ क्यों नहीं कर रही? Little does he know that our government has put in a lot of efforts for our beloved Shriyan. What has the government done? What can it possibly do? One is policies, and the other is awareness. Now, policies include the inclusion of millets in the Mission Poshan Abhiyan. You've got inclusion of millets in the public distribution system, a hiked MSP, and the last point, it has been included in farmer-producer organizations. Now, awareness. We all know that this is the International Year of Millets. But do we know that the United Nations declared this year as the International Year of Millets on behest of the Indian government and our beloved Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi. So what does this mean? This means our government is surely wanting to do put in a lot of efforts for our millets. Now, the conclusion. I'll take your leave shortly. But we have to realize that in an agriculturally dependent society like India, millets are surely important and suggested as a solution to a lot of our problems. I don't know if you noticed, but I started my PPT with a question. Are millets the answer to a sustainable future? And I believe that yes, they are. But what we do need, as ma'am very rightly mentioned, is reintroduction of millets in our diets. Me talking and you listening would simply not work. We need millets so that farmers can be like Raju Bhaiya here, and people like you and me can have a better future. I would like to end by a quote, which I came across. अंतर्राष्ट्रीय मिलेट्स वर्ष लो देखो अब आया है, ज्वार बाजरा रागी के बारे में इसने हमें बताया है, पोषण से है भरपूर और रखते दूर बीमारी ये, अरे ये तो संस्कृति हमारी है. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Paridhi and Vansh. The research presentations were truly enlightening and impeccably delivered.
We have now reached a special moment in our event where we gather to celebrate the outstanding achievements of our brilliant learners who participated in the Year of Millets competition. Their achievements go beyond showcasing creativity. They have also played a vital role in promoting healthy lifestyles among all of us. These competitions have served as a platform for us to value the need of adding millets to our diet and shift to a sustainable and healthy lifestyle.
May we please request our Director Principal Anita Ma'am to escort our Chief Guest Pawan Agarwal Sir to the stage for the felicitation of our grade 7th, 9th and 11th winners. Let's begin with the category From Field to Fork, a taste of nature's bounty, conducted for learners of class 7. It's with great pleasure that we announce Sanvi Kukreja and Ahan Roy securing the runner-up positions, and Nonit Sethi is our winner. Let's keep applauding our achievers.
applause.
Moving on to the category of My Native Plate Millet Map Competition conducted for Grade 9, we have runners-up trophy backed by Team China consisting of Akanksha Bansal, Sheeja Verma, Prisha Motwani, Anya Agarwal, Avanya Khanna, Akshita Shanghe and Adya Chopra. Let's keep applauding. Now we call upon our winners. Team South Africa. The team members are Charvi Yadav, Kalpana Yadav, Saisha Adhana, Vidisha Srivastav, Ivanya Dayal, Mayra Sharma and Avni Tyagi. Let's give them a resounding round of applause, everyone. Now, for the category of milletology, the revival of ancient grains, category conducted for grade 11. With a huge round of applause, please join us in welcoming our runner-up, Varun Srivastav, and winner Paridhi Garg. You all just witnessed their hard work and words.
Once again, we extend our heartfelt congratulations to all the winners. Thank you, Anita ma'am and Pawan sir, for felicitating our winners and gracing the stage with your presence. I'll now like to pass the podium to my fellow Samaritans, Amira and Kavya, to take the event forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Mihika and Pragnay. From here on, I, Amira,
And I, Kavya,
will be taking the floor forward. Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food is the thought that Lotus Valley International School truly reckons with. We have assembled here to explore the realm of nutrition and its profound impact, and the person who propagates these thoughts is none other than Aditi Mehrotra ma'am. We've had the privilege of knowing ma'am from our toddler to middle years, and every interaction with her has been a fulfilling and nourishing experience.
absolutely, Amira. I can still recall my fondest memories in the Fit Kids sessions and chattering all about it with my mother back at home. Thus, with all the warmth and adoration, we would like to invite our very dear Aditi Mehrotra ma'am, a public health nutritionist, to share her thoughts on the power of synergistic nutrition.
Thank you, Samaritan Kavya and Amira, for your kind and generous words. Even I have the fondest memories of you two during the Fit Kid program. Good morning to one and all. Before I begin, I would like to make a special mention of the Samaritans, the participants, IT committee members, mentors, academic supervisors, the dynamic vice principals, under the able leadership of Anita ma'am, who have floored me by their large heartedness, and willingness to help at every step in putting UDAYAN, enriching plates, enriching lives together. It is an honor to be a part of this extraordinary community that recognizes the critical role of holistic development in shaping the minds and bodies of our children, the leaders of tomorrow. It is a proud privilege and also a rare occurrence to witness such an extraordinary and an august gathering, bringing together my two distinguished mentors, Pawan Sir, a systems builder who comprehends the complexity of food systems and influences change at multiple levels. One such exemplary initiative amongst many is the Eat Right India movement. Anita ma'am, a beacon of inspiration for all of us, her passion and willingness in spearheading many health initiatives proposed in my Arnie's Fit Kids makes her a true leader and an inspiration. Under your guidance, the school has witnessed a transformation in the way we prioritize our children's well-being. Our celebrity chef, Chef Vikas Chawla, championing millets with passion. Thank you so much for driving all the way. And I got to know that he wakes up at 4 a.m. I don't know what are your meal timings. Is that your breakfast at 5 and lunch? I don't know at what time. But thank you so much for whipping up new recipes, and especially in millets. The lovely ladies, I so adore them, Shauravi and Meghna, millet baby food evangelist, entrepreneur, innovator. I like your vision to begin early, intervene timely when it comes to food choices for children. And I guess, during the COVID, we really made a lot of, we managed our time and we met so many mothers online. Thank you for coming. I also extend a warm welcome to my special guests, Shrey and Stuti, spearheading Dhampur, adding the healthy mithas in our lives by reinventing traditional ingredients. UNICEF, known for their unwavering dedication to improving the lives of children and adolescents and commitment to promoting millets, advancing nutrition and food security. Last but not the least, Country Delight. Thank you, Bhanu, Manisha, for conducting this study here and interacting with the children. And now they really want to, all of them are geared up to eating 5 fruits and vegetables a day. They are asking me, when are you going to come back with the antioxidant checker so that they can give you better result. Our other esteemed guests, the principals, Aditi ma'am, you my namesake and I so adore you. Our parents, the extended family, and above all, our incredible students. It's here that we have such a remarkable convergence and synergy of like-minded thought leaders. Your presence here signifies your dedication to the well-being and growth of our children. It is an honor to have you with us. My association with Pawan Sir goes back to the Eat Right India initiative, and I continue this association at his Food Future Foundation, a foundation working towards transforming the food systems. In his office, I must share with the learners who are sitting here, there is a quote that says, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed individuals can change the world. In fact, it is the only thing that ever has." It is so true for Pawan Sir. I don't think he needs even a team. I think he's a leader all in himself, one man, one movement, and that got us the Eat Right India movement. He once, I heard him once when I visited his office. I normally used to go on Mondays. I was sharing this with Principal Ma'am as well. So he told his team that, "Ria, every day I ideate, I get 4 ideas in a day. By the time you finish with 2, I already have 4 more ideas." And strategically, I shifted my visit from Monday to a day right in the middle of the week, so that I thought, let me just not face him after a weekend with, if I do my math correctly, there are going to be 8+ ideas. And mind you, we don't get time at all to implement, to even think of that or plan all of that. So synergistic nutrition is about creating a harmonious relationship between school, leaders, learners, parents, and experts in various domains who have joined hands in nurturing our future leaders. It is about leveraging the collective knowledge and expertise of each stakeholder to create an ecosystem that nourishes the whole child. Synergistically, FitKid program running over a decade now. Thank you, Anita ma'am, for letting me run it. Further enriching the school curriculum and fosters a learning environment that encompasses the holistic health and well-being. This synergistic power of collaboration is clearly visible in what you saw, the first foremost showreel, that is the win. It was a win-win for us because it is wellness integrated network that we have been following. We also celebrate the International Year of Millets. Although this school doesn't need a special year to celebrate millets, millets have been part of their school tiffin menu for the last 10 years. You actually see children bringing in ragi dosas and pancakes, and we are just celebrating it. There is a lot of buzz around millets at the policy and government levels, but the question still remains, where are the consumers? Children are the decision makers and dictate the tone of the day when it comes to food. We are still struggling with the battle of whole wheat versus refined flour. That is still not over, and here we bombard them with bajra khao, ragi khao, millets khao. For this, we found a solution. We successfully accomplished this by adopting a collaborative approach. At the student level, we engaged them in research presentations, asked them to create millet maps. We got them to research my native plates of different countries, cook off with millets, pulled in their families to participate in the cookery competition. We created, that wasn't enough, we created a dedicated recipe book, all done by the Samaritans. And if this wasn't enough, we added a captivating board game centered around millets. These efforts have surely taken the millet conversation to positive. From I will not eat to show I can try. Such a collaboration extends the benefits beyond the school setting, positively impacting the broader community. Engaging children and parents, and especially grandparents, in health initiatives result in a family adopting healthy behaviors. They become advocates for health in their communities, influencing their peers, extended families, and neighbors. And this ripple effect fosters a healthier community at large and contributes to long-term positive health outcomes. Let us continue to champion synergistic nutrition, recognizing that when we collaborate, we can achieve great things. Thank you, Anita ma'am, for this collaboration and this collaborative part of synergy in our pursuit of excellence. It is my utmost privilege to request Anita ma'am to accept a small token of plaque of excellence and appreciation from Arnie's FitKid. This recognition is a testament to your exceptional commitment to wellness and health in nurturing our future leaders. I request my partner in crime, co-director Arnie's FitKids, Avnish, to present this plaque of excellence and appreciation to Anita ma'am. They have a mutually admiration club where he cannot stop talking about Anita ma'am, and Anita ma'am keeps telling me that, oh, he's so talented. Thank you for being a guiding light and a true champion for the well-being of our children. Your dedication and commitment are an inspiration to us all. May this gathering ignite a renewed sense of purpose and passion in our collective mission to nurture and support our incredible students. I've just tried to rhyme 4 lines together. So let's join hands, hearts, and voices in this noble quest to nurture children's health with passion and zest. With love and care, we'll pave the path to success in a world where they'll shine and bring happiness and progress. Thank you. And you are wondering how come she's still there? I'm not done yet. And now for the surprise, take a moment as I present a small video compiled by the IT team.
feeling in this game. I am a farmer.
You have been putting in a lot of hard work on your farm. Collect one land card and one fence.
Wow, Mom, we can't wait enough for this board game to be launched. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, prepare yourself for an exciting and educational adventure. Today marks a crucial occasion in the world of both nutrition and education as we witness a trailblazing breakthrough.
I now request our esteemed chief guest, Pawan Agarwal sir, along with our director principal, Anita Malhotra ma'am, and the creators of this groundbreaking game, Miss Aditi ma'am and co-director Avnish sir, to join us on stage for the launch of the first ever Millets board game by Arnie's Fit Kid.
Congratulations and thank you. Aditi ma'am, your contribution has led to the creation of an engaging and interactive experience for children as it blends the excitement of gaming with the essential knowledge of nutrition.
With this, we now hand over the floor back to our co-Samaritans, Pragnay and Mihika, to carry forward the proceedings of the event.
Thank you, Amira and Kavya. We now turn our attention to the next exciting segment, Unveiling Perspectives. it's time for a captivating fireside chat featuring our esteemed panelists. Each one, with their ocean of knowledge and expertise, will embark on the enlightening journey of learning and discovering.
May I invite the following guests on stage? First and foremost, we have a visionary leader and our chief guest for today, Mr. Pavan Agarwal. Next, let's warmly welcome Chef Vikas Chawla, the man behind Millet's popularity worldwide. Moving on, we have Ms. Shaurvi Malik and Ms. Meghna Narayan, co-founders Slurp Farm. Next, we have with us the founder of Sadhguru Superfoods, Ms. Palak, the youngest entrepreneur, for her unwavering commitment to provide the finest quality superfoods. We now invite UNICEF representative Mr. Digambar Sharma for the organization's tireless efforts in promoting the rights and well-being of children worldwide. Last but not the least, the Dhampur representatives, Ms. Tuti Garg and Mr. Shrey Gupta, for their exemplary dedication and contributions to the growth and progress of the organization. We would like to pass the floor to our school head girl, Kaina Malik, to preside over the panel discussion and take it forward from here.
So good morning, everyone. All right. Good morning, everyone. I think we've all eaten right today. So where's the energy? Excuse me? Good morning, everyone. That's more like it. Thank you. Dear dignitaries, I welcome you to this panel discussion. First, I would just like to start by saying that I'm extremely honored to be sitting amongst such eminent luminaries and for having this opportunity to interact with you all today. So thank you for that. And should we dive right in? Shall we? All right. So Pavan sir, if you permit, my first question will be to you. That during your tenure as the CEO of FSSAI, you spearheaded various initiatives and that revolved around food security and food safety and nutrition, right? So what inspired you to take on this crucial role, and what are the key initiatives that came about during this food security aspect of it?
Thank you very much. I can speak endlessly about that. But anyway, I think that was just my job, because when you take the responsibility of country's food authority, which has to ensure safety of food that we all consume on a daily basis, 1.4 billion people, so you have to begin to think differently. And unlike any government agency which has limited scope of their work, this scale would not have been possible if we had not worked in a very collaborative manner.
Yes.
And I think that is what the key inspiration was. When we working in a collaborative manner with people, you automatically get encouraged. You automatically get inspired. So it does not start with an inspiration. It is the process of doing it that you get inspired. So I think you develop your passion for food. When I joined Food Authority, I had not worked in the food sector at all in maybe 32 years of my government job. So this was my first role in food and agri sector. And I think with passage of time, I developed passion for it. And I think this is the message I want to give to the children, particularly when you are looking for opportunities in your career, professional lives. So don't close your options. Keep your options open, and you never know where you meet what kind of experience you get, and you develop passion in it. I think it is all about passion and purpose that drives what you do in life.
You're so right, sir. That's so impactful. Thank you. So I read about Future Food Foundation and the mission that you drive. And it's impressive that you plan to correct the eating habits of 10 crore Indians. That's about 7% of India's population. So, and I think that's truly inspiring because, friends, you see, 300 of us here right away can add to this number. And 3,000 of us as an Eat Right school can do that, right? So that's how initiatives can be turned into movements. It's like, log judte rahe, karwan banta raha. Right? So I think that's very important, and thank you, sir, for your valuable words. Now, being a foodie, I think I know where this is headed. But being a foodie, I think it's a privilege to be sharing the stage with Vikas Chawla, sir. So, Future Foundation with Pawan, sir, makes me want to ask you that as a culinary expert, do you think that millets have a very major role to play in the future of this culinary industry and the food landscape in a broad sense?
Hello everyone, namaste. Not only future, this was the history.
Absolutely.
And we have to create it again. The reason is just from the last 4 or 5 generations, we just shifted to wheat and rice.
Yes.
आपकी 5 generations से पहले सिर्फ millets खाते थे सब. And there is one mechanism inside our gut which we call microbes. So every creature has different microbes. So microbes which our continent, the Indian continent, were killed due to this wheat rice. When we switched to wheat and rice, that microbes were killed. And now it's time to regenerate them again. And because we got so many changes in our body, like hormonal changes, microbial imbalance because of wheat rice. And not only wheat rice, even milk is again the main culprit nowadays for the microbial imbalance in your body, in your gut. How many of us are having milk daily? Please stop drinking if the cow is not in front of you, or if it is not being injected like hormonal injections and all, then you can have it. But still, if as per Ayurveda, I'm studying Ayurveda since 2012, after the age of 3 years, we don't develop those enzymes which digest milk. So milk digest nahi hota hai after the age of 3 to 4 years. So that's why you have heard that our last 3-4 generations used to have milk only in the night, because milk sirf raat ko digest hota hai after the sunset. So milk is again the third thing which we have to focus on that, because if you have milk now in the morning, वो आपको रात को ही जाके digest होगा, तो it will make you disturb all the time.
Absolutely.
And then millets is definitely come back to millets, because मैं बार-बार बीच में ना आयुर्वेदा में चला जाता हूँ. Sorry for that. तो millets definitely it should be the part of our life. I'm having millets from 2012 and 2016 strictly on the millets diet. That's why everyone calls me millet chef in my chef organizations also. And from there only IIMR noticed, and they offered me to be ambassador with them for 3 years. I signed MOU last month only. So I'm working on millets and spreading happiness through millets. I'm not a doctor or nutritionist, but I'm designing my food plans, and I'm giving to people from last 1 year, and able to make them healthy, lose their weight, in my family members and my friend circles. So they now call me doctor also, but I'm not a doctor, sorry. But I'm very much confident about my diet plans, what I'm giving to them through my experience only.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
I mean, I think millets sound nutritious and healthy at the same time. I mean, they sound yummy too, you know. And I think it is time that we revive our history, our past, and we also revive our smiles by having good microbes in our stomachs, right? All right. But so, be honest. I mean, chef, is your favorite dish millet-based?
Yes, all my favorite dishes are now with millet only. From birth, I was having my paratha, which my mom cooks for me, which is bajra muli paratha. Then we have bajra roti with saag.
Yes.
That time we didn't know that it is a millet, but that was a favorite kind of dish in our homes. And when I developed another second dish during my job, I was general manager for Haldiram's in New Delhi. I was developing the recipes also. So I developed first dish over there, which was barnyard millet khichdi, which you get in your Navratra thali. So that I developed in 2008. And that is my second favorite dish. And you can see that video, first video of that dish on IIMR, their YouTube, their websites, and their pages, which is government website. So that is my first video, which I dedicated, which is my favorite khichdi. I am having that khichdi from last 5 years in my dinners only, daily. So you can see my body.
Yes, that's interesting. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
I tried making a slurp noise, but I don't think you guys can hear it. But, well, I think we can see where this is indicating and where this is leading. But I would like to question the most dynamic ladies we have here, Meghna ma'am and Shorvi ma'am. So, well, yes. But all right. So, ma'am, we know that Slurp Farm is known for healthy and wholesome products for children. So, how do you make sure that these products are both, healthy but also yummy for the kids?
So, it has to be yummy. Because otherwise, your mother will buy it once, you will make a face, and then it will never be bought again. And really, if you want to make a change, right, in where people eat, you have to make things that are really delicious. And we come from a country where every 100 kilometers, there's like a new cuisine and so many yummy things. So, when Shorvi and I started this, we were like, how can it not be yummy? It has to be delicious. So everything we make is actually tested by lots of young children who are very, very, very brutal with their feedback, and we are deeply grateful for it. Because it is better to know early that, this is to not working, ye to khatta hai, and ye to, because I think adults, when they taste things, are more polite, but children tell the truth. So I think, how do we make sure is that we get kids to try. And we'd be very excited to come and get some Lotus Valley kids to join in the taste trials that we do.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm looking forward because it does sound tempting. Doesn't it, everybody? Yeah. Yes.
I want to say just one thing. I was
Yes,
looking, firstly, it's so nice to be here. And I was looking at the audience, and for a minute, I felt like I was back to school. Because the auditorium was much like this. And I will say the principal of our school was much like you, Mrs. Malhotra, because she was ahead of our times. I'm betraying my age. But for people sitting in the back rows, I remember sometimes sitting thinking someone's talking for so long, am I even listening? But I want to tell you something about childhood and how it can change everything you do. And I'm betraying my age. I was in school maybe 30 years ago. And at the time, junk food wasn't a concept, but in our school it was. So we had no carbonated drinks. We had nothing exciting in our school canteen because our school principal was, in 2020s. So, and I must say, at the time we thought, how boring, but that has stayed. So I want to tell you that you are so privileged because this school is here. When it comes to thinking about food and food systems. You're really lucky. And whatever seems like someone is telling you, the principal is telling you, Aditi is telling you all these cool things, you have people on stage. But maybe in 30 years' time, it will become a part of your life for what you do for work. And you're so lucky because making food yummy is one part of it. But when you eat healthy and yummy from a young age, and you understand. I was astounded that people were reading food labels. I wish I had that. Even when we started work, it was a learning. So you are so ahead of the curve that you will definitely do something in your life with it, and it will be yummy, and it will be healthy, and I can't wait to see what comes.
I do look forward to tasting these delicacies, ma'am. So, but are you fond of cooking? Because if not, then is that how the idea of this whole easy to do bake shake idea, did it come up from that, or?
We both love eating it and cooking it.
So I think we are all privileged to share the stage with Vikas sir then.
No, I think
No, because the name also came quite like that, by the way.
It did?
It did, because the three of us, our third co-founder Meghna and I were sitting on a table and we said, like, so I actually didn't catch it when we were sitting, but it was that. And we love cooking and eating more.
Perfect. Thank you, ma'am. It's a delight to have you here with us. But when can I come to your farm?
I wish there was a real farm. Can I tell you an interesting story, actually? The name was meant to just be slurp, like the sound.
Okay.
And then, lawyers. So our lawyer was like, well, that is a very difficult name to copyright, so you should add a second word. And so farm came, but it's a farm of animals to tell children stories. So there are 7 Indian animals. So you see there's a tota, there's a crocodile, there's an elephant, there's a monkey. And basically those are the storytellers of the farm. But maybe one day from your mouth to God's ears.
Perfect. All right. So one for you, Palak ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Yeah. Okay. So ma'am, I read up about, and it was very inspiring, by the way, to read up about your entrepreneurship with Sadhguru's Superfoods, and of course your contribution to the millet manufacturing industry. So, I mean, initially we used to think that, millets were boring, and that's why we had that whole shift to, wheat and rice. But we're extremely happy to see that your products category, our favorite, foods like pasta and noodles, which have become millet-based apparently now. So how did you venture into this millet manufacturing industry, and what particularly motivated you to focus specifically on millets?
Okay, so thank you for the question. I am a food technologist from NIFTM that focuses mainly on food technology and management, and there's when I came across millets. I zeroed on millets, and I was so much unaware of this grain. I went to home and I just argued with my parents that why didn't you tell me about this wonder grain earlier? Like ragi, it is a wonderful grain, and it has so much of calcium in it, and I was unaware of that. I was unaware of the foxtail millet, kodo millet, and other millets, and that is when the journey started. It was March 2020 when I started developing the recipes, because I got to know that people, even if they know millets, they don't know how to cook it.
Okay.
And over to that, they don't know if that millet is getting absorbed in the body or not. So the bioavailability is the issue. People don't know how to cook millets. Many people don't know. We know how to cook kidney bean. We know how to cook chickpea because that's a regular practice. But we don't know that millets also needs to be soaked overnight before consumption.
Is that right, chef? Perfect.
Yeah, because if we don't do that, that won't be absorbed in the body. We won't get all the nutrients of it absorbed in the body. That's very important. And if we sprout it, the major millets, that is the ragi, which is the finger millet, bajra, the pearl millet, and the jwar, which is the sorghum millet. These 3 millets can be sprouted, and if we sprout them, 80 to 90% of the nutrients are absorbed in the body.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if someone is, for example, suffering from some joint pain or even fracture or osteoporosis, they can be healed if they take sprouted ragi regularly. And you don't need to switch to medicines. Your food can be your medicine if you eat it right way. So that's very important.
I think that's the most important thing, that our food itself can be our medicine. We just need to know how to eat it and what to eat.
Yes,
right?
Yes, exactly.
Thank you,
So
ma'am.
that is when I started making the ready mixes, which are all made using sprouted millets, and they are combined with sprouted lentils to give it a mix of high protein and high fiber along with micronutrients. So yes, we have ready mixes in our range, which cooks in 10 minutes because our generation does not have time to cook.
Right. I think that's why it's called the human race, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll add one thing.
Yes, sir.
I'll just want to add one thing. You would need to soak it for minimum 8 hours because the fiber in wheat and rice is on the outer layer, but in the millets, it is entangled like this to the core. So the core needs minimum 6 to 8 hours to get soaked. So that's why we have to soak it. Then people ask me it takes 6 to 8 hours. Then I say them, you don't have to see it for 8 hours, just to soak it for 8 hours. So just leave it aside, then come back to your platform after 8 hours, then cook it.
Yes.
And it takes only 15 minutes to cook it. Same as a rice time. And rice needs more expertise to cook it. Millets ko koi expertise nahi chahiye. Just leave it and boil it and strain it, use it.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Amazing. Well, I think that is millets for thought, indeed. Now, I would like to thank you, ma'am and sir, for your insightful words. A quick one for you, Dr. Digambar. So, first of all, it's a privilege to meet you. How are you doing?
I'm great and really feeling delighted to be a part of this energetic and enthusiastic aura around with so many young minds who are so enthusiastic about this important topic. So glad to see it.
Amazing. Well, so you know that adolescence is a very important and crucial stage of development in everyone's lives. And I think, most of us here are adolescents, right? So could you tell us that how does UNICEF incorporate in its policies and interventions the needs and rights of these adolescents? And maybe could you share some data with us about the nutrients and the energy levels of adolescents?
Yeah. So first I would like to take up the later part of the question. I wouldn't much dwell upon it. The data part, I would like to share not the exact numbers, but some glaring facts out of it, which we should keep in mind. Like there has been a comprehensive national nutrition survey, and it was conducted with the support from philanthropists and technical support from UNICEF. So there were some facts like most of the adolescents in India, this is not particularly for any urban or rural setup, but overall, we have 1/4 of boys and 1/4 of girls, they are either too thin for their age or they are too short for their age. So these are some of the things being, it is about 75 years from independence and still we have these kind problems in this magnitude. And the study also tried to investigate the micronutrient deficiencies like vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin B12, folate deficiency, and most importantly the iron deficiency, which is the major cause for anemia. And it found relatively high levels in our youngsters and especially adolescent age group. So there is a lot to do there. And the study saw at least 1 to 2 of every 5 adolescents had 3 or more of these micronutrient deficiencies.
All right.
Yeah, so there are things that these are things which are really important and we need to work upon. And as Agarwal sir has also already mentioned, and it also embarks upon how UNICEF engages to address these issues. So the main thing is the magnitude of the problem and how to reach the mass. So especially seeing the situation here, the students taking interests and you guys are really the future and to take the message and the important steps. And I'm really happy to see so many young people into it and they are making it more accessible, the knowledge more available for people. And also food processing and these stuffs which are very, very pragmatic things to make the micronutrients and the things more available and make the use of millets more regular. And also the government is also curious and UNICEF engages with government, all the important stakeholders including in education, adolescents, other young groups and other NGOs on global, national and subnational level. So that is how we engage and do things, take up things about it.
Thank you, sir. And I think a big thanks to UNICEF as well as an organization who's globally impacting the children's lives so much. Thank you for sharing this information with us, sir. Can we please have a huge round of applause? All right. Now, well, my next guests are the sweetest ladies and gentlemen. They're people from Dhampur. And have you heard this quite a lot, this sweet line? Have you? Have you? Yes? Okay. Well, it does not change the fact that they are extremely sweet people. So, Stuti ma'am and Shrey sir, I would like to ask that you guys met at the London School of Economics, right? And is that where the sweetest love story happened?
So, good morning, everyone.
Actually, it's very good to go last in a discussion because you get to chill out, you get to hear everyone out, you get to overcome your stage anxiety and whatever. But at the same time, I see everyone is really bored. So we'll keep it interesting for you guys. Everyone wants to go to the loo, people are yawning, so I understand that. So her first question, I think it's better if my wife answers that for harmonious reasons. So I'll just pass.
Hi, so it's really nice to be here. It's many congratulations on this amazing initiative. I think it's absolutely a brilliant endeavor that all of you all have put together here. And I think if the students and us as well, if we can just take away even a fraction of this, it's going to be really life-changing for all of us. So I think proper nutrition and good health is the key for good life. So that's like I think it's been really inspiring. And as for your question, I don't know what to say, but yeah.
All right. I mean, any nice anecdote that you remember?
I think it'll be a little off topic.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. But all right. Coming to topic now. We know that Dhampur Jaggery has become the juggernaut in the market, right? So we see a transformative shift. On one end of the spectrum, we have people, discussing the side effects of sugar, but on the other, jaggery has taken the market, by storm. So can we expect some sort of products coming in the future? Because I know for sure that I wouldn't mind a jaggery lollipop, if you really ask me.
So I'll give the mic to Shrey on that one.
So firstly, sugar and jaggery, they're different in many ways, I'd say. Jaggery behaves differently when you use it in your recipes. Sugar behaves differently. Towards your health also, both behave differently. So just to make the students understand it a bit in a easier way, sugar is a refined molecule which is taken out of fruits, or it could be out of sugar cane, it could be out of beet. Anything which is refined, it could be like a maida. In fact, when we go to the restaurants, we order like a portion of Hakka noodles. So, all the recipes in every country is developed in a way that it has to be wholesome. So if you're eating refined flour, then it is always topped or cooked with vegetables. So it has to have had that way. I mean, the recipe is developed in a way that it has to be wholesome, right? So similarly, jaggery is a wholesome product. It is a concentrated sugarcane juice or a palm sap, whereas sugar is a refined molecule. So jaggery is better in that way. Secondly, coming to your topic about developing products with jaggery, we are working on it. Because it behaves differently, like I told you, so sometimes development of products is difficult. But at the same time, I can say it can be a project for the food lab, which Pavan sir suggested. So whenever we have a food lab here, in this school, at the Lotus Valley School, the students and with the help of the teachers and supervisors can work on developing new recipes with jaggery. And I think, yeah, that would be good for our health, for everyone. So yeah.
Amazing. That's amazing, sir. We are truly looking forward to these products. And as you know, that all good things do come to an end. So with this, we conclude our fireside chat. And I would just like to express from all of our behalf our deepest gratitude to you for taking our time out of such busy schedules and for just being with us here today. Because I'm sure that your valuable insights will steer the youth into better eating habits. I think the heating part, the Globe is doing a good job of it. But it will steer the youth into good eating habits. And I just thank you for everything. And keeping the national spirit of unity and diversity in mind, Millet sur mera tumhara, to swasth bane hamara. I would like to repeat, Millet sur mera tumhara, to swasth bane hamara. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. I would request you all to please stay on stage for felicitation, and I do kindly invite Colonel Pratap Singh to the stage for felicitation. Dear Anita ma'am, please do grace the stage for felicitating our guests.
Thank you, Kaina, and all our distinguished guests. We humbly request Anita ma'am and Vikas sir to stay on the stage with us for a few more, for a little more time, for the unveiling of our digital recipe book, Our Millet Kitchen. So sorry, ma'am. This compilation consists of a wonderful amalgamation of recipes from Lotus Valley's grandpas, grandmas, dads, and moms, some of which are present here. These cherished family recipes will serve as perfect foundation for creating new and delicious, yet healthy dishes that will truly tantalize our taste buds.
Thank you so much, Chef Vikas and ma'am. We request you to now felicitate our winners and runner-ups from the Millet in a Skill competition. The best and unique idea deserves a grand cheer for the grandparents and parents. We would now like to pass on the stage to Aditi ma'am for further proceedings.
All right, so we come to the most exciting part of today's event. The Millet in a Skillet Challenge invited intergenerational entries from the 4 categories: grandmom, granddad, mom and dad, to encourage generations to explore traditional and contemporary cooking methods, combining millets with a variety of fresh and locally sourced ingredients for a burst of flavors. So when we threw open this challenge, we realized that we would get only mums entries. So that is why we made the categories, and we've received more than 200 entries, but we had to close the door because we couldn't have assessed so many, and we had already given them 20 days. They were supposed to whip a recipe and also share a video with it so that there was no cheating. And the first category is granddads. Bajre ka paratha. But with a very heavy heart, I want to just mention that Mr. Anant Kumar Pathak, grandfather, is no longer with us. But Abhinav Pathak's parents are here to receive the winning entry, Bajre ka paratha, which he so lovingly used to cook for the grandson. So may I request Mr. and Mrs. Pathak to please come on stage and receive the certificate. Let's give a big round of applause to this entry, which is so special to our hearts. Thank you. Dadimas and Nanimas are so special. Our grandmom winner is Mango Millet Masti. Divyansh Kapoor, grade 9 Kamit. His grandmother, Mrs. Kiran Kapoor. The video was also shot beautifully, and it was actually very, very yummy. I wish you could get us a sample here. You coming without any preparation? Mango Millet Masti. Grandmom runner-up category for Grandmom, Ragi Almond Choco Ecstasy, Ira Gupta grade 4 Gulmohars, and the grandmother's name is Annapurna Mathur. Congratulations. Thank you. I must say this has been one of the toughest decisions we've had to make. The creativity and passion displayed by them was outstanding. Keep cooking, keep experimenting, and never stop learning. The next category, the beautiful mothers. Runner-up award goes to Kiansh from Prep Orchid's mother, Miss Shweta. Veggie millet meal. And let me tell you, we would like to share this on the portal so that you can make it part of the healthy tiffins. Veggie millet meal. Thank you. And the winner is Ragun Kaur Singhal, Prep Hibiscus Mother, Man Kirat Kaur for the Panch Ratan Pizza. Trust you me, I tried it. It is amazing. And I loved how you wrote the recipe. Beautiful. Thank you, lovely moms. Absolutely. I was blown away by the complexity of flavors and presentation for the pizza. It's remarkable to see such talent. And our last category is the yummy yummy recipe for the yummy entries from daddies. I'm so sorry, my husband is sitting here. It was just a slip of tongue. So the runner-up is Prisha Makkar, Nursery Dahlia's father Prashant Makkar, Ragi Rava Clouds. And he names his recipe as From Daddy's Den, yeah? Okay, so Daddy, I have a question for you. Do you even clean up the den? No, sorry, ma'am. Do you clean up your den? You do? Or mummy does it? Okay, then it's fine. Okay, and the last entry, the winner for this category, I won't mention dads. Salad Ekodo, Rudraksh Rath, Prep Jasmine, son of Amitabh Rath. Congratulations. All right, so father is busy earning money. The son is here to accept the award. Congratulations to everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Principal Ma'am. Vikas sir, and Aditi ma'am. Okay, Mehika, let's say bye to the audience. Haven't we covered everything? The choir, the felicitation, the fireside chat, the recipe book. What are we left with? Does the audience have an answer?
Of course, Pragne, what's an event without dance? We dance for laughter. We dance for tears. We dance for madness. We dance for fears. We dance for hopes. We dance for screams. We are the dancers. We create the dreams. As the curtains unveil, prepare to be mesmerized by the graceful movements and rhythmic beats. Let's welcome with a huge round of applause our crusaders of peace and sustainability.
Thought I couldn't breathe without you. I'm inhaling. Thought I couldn't see without your perfect vision. Thought I couldn't last without you, but I'm lasting. Thought that I would die without you, but I'm living. Thought that I would fade without you, but I'm on top. Thought it would be over, but now, but it won't stop. Thought that I would self-destruct, but I'm still here. Even in my years to come, I'm still gonna be here. I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder. I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it. I will survive. Keep on surviving. I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it. I will survive. Keep on surviving.
The world is a family. Why do we fight with each other? The tears of a mother have no language. The color of blood is universal. And that's why we say, we are one. We are the world. We are one. We are together. We want peace around the world.
make it happen. Guess we believe it.
How awe-inspiring performance was this? Their presentation left a lasting impression on our hearts. Thank you, our dancers, for setting the stage for peace and harmony through subtle and elegant dance moves.
And here, we come to the end, awaiting for a new beginning. With these thoughts, I now request our head boy, Shaurya Agarwal, and head girl, Kaina Malik, to step forward and deliver the note of gratitude.
Thank you. You don't have to eat less, you just have to eat right. This morning has been a truly magnificent one in many ways. It may have been a long one, but each segment presented was delightful and left our palates wanting more.
On behalf of our school management and our dearest founder director principal, we express our heartfelt gratitude to our exuberant dignitaries, Pavan Agarwal sir, Vikas Chawla sir, Ms. Shaurvi Malik ma'am, Ms. Meghna Narayan ma'am, Palak Arora ma'am, Stuti Garg ma'am, and Shrey sir, and Dr. Digambir sir.
We are extremely grateful to our vice principals, our academic supervisors, and our teachers for their unflinching support in all our endeavors. We must mention our deep sense of appreciation for Aditi ma'am and Avnish sir for their enormous contribution in making this magnanimous event a grand success. Last but not the least, we would like to thank and congratulate our very own Lotus Samaritans and the mentorship of facilitators, without whose tireless efforts this event could not have been possible.
You see, it's rightly said that you are what you eat. And we are fortunate enough that we can choose our food. So let's all make the right choices. Thank you for being a lovely audience. And we hope you have a wonderful and a healthy day ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Kaina and Shaurya. Thank you so much for being so patient here, ma'am. I just thought I'll quickly make the announcements. While the guests proceed for a little bit of refreshment and healthy bites, I'll request the parents to also join us on the mezzanine floor for coffee, cookies, and a little bit of refreshments. Stay with us. We have a very up-close and personal session with Chef Vikas. So I'm sure you'll also be wanting to grab a bite, take a break, and then we go back to learning to cook again. Thank you again for everyone, and have a wonderful day.
I request learners to please be seated. Let's have our guests move out first. Teachers are requested to monitor the movement of the children